Hello to one and all present here. Welcome to one of the most awaited sessions of NextGen 22. With a focus on bringing in a box to the masses, I'm excited to host you all at the launch of the modular battery swapping drones docking station, the Dbox, engineered by DRONETEAM. This session would give you a deeper understanding of the Dbox, how it is a compact and affordable drone hanger for your drones that boasts a sleek design and robotic battery swapping capability. Today, we have Linus from the drone team. Dr. Linus has more than 10 years of experience in the drone industry. He has been studying at the North Carolina State University in the US, as well as the Lancaster University in the UK, where he got his PhD in engineering. Dr. Linus leads a team of UAV researchers in the aviation faculty at the Vilnius Tech University, where he works as an associate professor. Being a CEO at DroneTeam, he is applying his scientific findings to the industry. During his spare time, Linus loves piloting drones as well as manned planes. So with that, I hand it over to you, Linus.
Thank you, Neil. Can you hear me?
Yes, Linus, loud and clear.
Hello, my name is Linas Gilazhanskas. I'm the CEO of DroneTeam, and today I would like to talk about drone battery swapping docking station solution. I will talk about how it all started, what are the use cases, what the system comprises of, what were the design challenges, and go through some of the technical features. First of all, let me briefly introduce the company that I represent. We're a team of drone professionals working in the field for more than 10 years. There are three main activities, one of which we're going to be talking today. We have a huge experience in drone data processing, photogrammetry in particular. Our latest projects include both small and very large projects, including city-scale modeling. One of the latest projects was for more than 50 square kilometers in one piece. Another service that we offer is drone shows, but this is another story. And finally, I would like to talk about our main activity, the R&D of drone-in-a-box solution called Dbox. After 2 years of hard work, we're finally ready to present to you our product. So how did it all start? In 2018, our team has accomplished city-scale photogrammetry 3D modeling project. At that time, we collected the data using brute force. We have scouted the whole city in 10 days using 15 drones in parallel. We captured every little bit of the city and gathered more than 50K photos. The resolution, or ground sampling distance, as we know it, was less than 2 centimeters per pixel. And the result was astonishing. Everyone loved it and instantly understood the benefits of such a product. Of course, the city is a changing organism and requires updates. So we went back every time an old building was demolished or a new one was built. But that required a lot of manual labor. And to scale it up, we started looking for another solution. In addition, the COVID-19 virus struck. The quarantine came into action, so people were not allowed to gather in groups, even in the outdoors. So my hometown Vilnius municipality, the capital of Lithuania, was seeking for a modern solution to monitor the city from the air. And we heard their call. We quickly modified our drones to be able to fly for more than 2 hours on 4G and LTE networks. This allowed us to launch drones from a central park and reach the outskirts of the city. The drones were constantly transmitting video to the central office for video processing and identification of gatherings. This solution worked as a charm, although the batteries needed to be swapped manually. Again, people understood the benefits of such a system only by example. Now we had two clear use cases, so we started looking for a system upgrade. At that time, there was none, so we built our own. So without further ado, let's deep dive into it and check out new product, Dbox M2 battery swapping docking station solution. People say that seeing is believing, so let's roll the video. As you can see, Dbox offers a next level of automation. The drones themselves, as we know them, are in automation level 2, where pilot needs to be on site, unpack the drone, and swap batteries manually. That has now changed with the introduction of the Dbox system. Pilots no longer have to be on site, very important in harsh, dangerous, or cold environments. Also, the system unpacks itself, swaps batteries, and does the charging, all autonomous. We went through many design iterations, going back and forth from the drawing board to 3D modeling to prototyping. We went through everything. Being users ourselves, we understand what are the crucial features of the box that the box requires to have. The final design includes least amount of access to accomplish drone alignment and battery replacement. When talking about the whole system, there are 3 main important pieces of the puzzle. The first one is the drone docking station itself. The second one is the remote ground control software. This is where Fleet now comes into play. Last but not least, the data needs to be processed. So we have the data processing pipelines demonstrated in the diagram. As we have seen in this NestGen conference, Fleet now offers app store for AI data pipelines. To demonstrate how it all comes together, we have another very short video that's very concentrated and shows all the operations, from preparation to takeoff to precision landing. Let's roll the video. Okay, so that's how we operate day and night. Let's dive into the docking station specifications. So first of all, our Dbox has the capability to swap batteries. This is the most important feature. The swapping time is less than 60 seconds. I would also like to add a very important note. Our box is designed in such a way that neither the drone nor the controller is modified at all. This is very important because our system does not void drone's warranty. You just take the drone and the controller out of the box and plug it into the box. No tinkering with the battery, no modifications to the controller. The DJI has done a very good job on reliability, and it is not worth risking to interfere with the system in any way. Our box was designed with this in mind. So there are 7 battery holders installed in the docking station, 6 for parallel battery charging all at once, and 1 for the battery to cool down. We have calculated that later tested that 6 batteries is sufficiently enough to run constant operations indefinitely. It's impossible to run out of power. We would also like to point out that we have managed to automate this process to perfection. We demonstrated over 1,000 battery swaps without any hiccups. Next, let's have a pool on the control range topic. Neil, could you jump in here and could you maybe help me on this?
Yes, Linus. So, audience, if you see on your right, I have created a poll. So, what would be the necessary operating range from the takeoff point of the Dbox? You have your options. You can respond, and I'll let
Yeah, we can
everyone
move
know.
on, and
Yeah.
then later we'll check out the results.
All right.
All right, next slide. So, compatible drones. Currently, we're supporting the whole DJI Mavic 2 drone series range. You can use any of them interchangeably. For the Enterprise series, the add-ons are also supported. Of course, for the fullest experience, we recommend using the advanced version that has dual cameras. And I have to say the thermal camera is very impressive for its size. You could have seen in the video that we can change from visual spectrum to thermal spectrum. We all know how good DJI Mavic 2 series is, but let's take a look at some of the features of the advanced version. It has a flight time of 31 minutes, although a useful flight time should be considered to be about 23 minutes, just to be safe and just to make sure there is enough time for takeoff, going to the field, landing. It has unbelievable control range. And maybe, Neil, we have the transmission range results. What are
Yes,
they required?
Linus. All right. So we had a couple of options. 28.6% of the audience thinks that it's 0.5 kilometers. 14.3% thinks it's 1 kilometer. Again, 14.3 have gone in for the 2 kilometer range. And yeah, 14.3 for the 3 kilometer range, and more than 3 kilometers, 28.6% of the audience believes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that like to have a huge transmission range, which is okay. But considering the flight time, I would basically recommend to have your operations within the 3 kilometer range. Okay, so another important feature is RTK. It gives you precision flights, especially in city environments. That's very important in city environments. The camera is also amazing, giving you 48 megapixels of visible range and 640 by 512 in thermal spectrum. So what do you think about this drone? Or maybe you would like another model to be integrated? Neil, maybe we can prepare another poll.
Let me just do that quickly.
While you prepare the poll, I might tell the audience that we're thinking about adapting some new models. So talking about drone support, we're preparing other versions of Dbox to support Parrot and Afi AI and DJI Mavic 3, which is obviously subject to SDK release from DJI. These drones can be controlled using 4G LTE connection straight from the drone, meaning it makes the system more reliable. It also virtually eliminates the transmission range limit, just as the audience wanted. Okay, Neil, maybe we have the results from the models.
All right. So more than 50% of the audience believes that the DJI Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced series is something that everyone would like to see up in the air.
What would be the other choice? Next choice?
All right. So it's also the custom design. So almost 28.6% of the audience thinks that they would like to run operations with a custom design drone with the docking stations. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the audience needs to have or to try Parrot and Afi AI. We have them in hand. We're currently testing it, and we'll we'll soon see the results of the photogrammetry applications, and we'll try to integrate it to our new box model. Okay, so talking about connection, we have partnered with a world-known local telecom equipment manufacturer to ensure reliable 4G LTE communication. We have a router installed that's equipped with dual SIM that provides a bonded connection, meaning we send connection in parallel using 2 SIM cards. To ensure reliable operations, we have also installed temperature control devices. This is the most important sensitive part inside the box are batteries. So we have to take care of them. And for that, we make sure they stay comfortable by controlling the inside temperature and keeping it in the range from 5 to 25 degrees Celsius. This can be done while the box is placed in either A, cold, very cold climates that can drop temperature down to -30 Celsius, or B, hot climates that can reach up to +50 centigrade. So the box can cover the full range of temperatures. We do that using solid state Peltier elements. So there are no moving parts. The whole system is very reliable. Many times we got questions from people. What will happen if electricity power is interrupted while the drone is still in the air? The answer is the customer would not even notice that. The pilot would not even notice that. To ensure drone mission can be finished successfully, we have installed an interruptible power supply. Only after successful landing, the pilot would be informed about the problem and take action to restore power. And to be honest, the pilot could even continue the next mission because UPS can supply power for up to 2 hours. For pre-takeoff and post-land inspections, we have installed 5 cameras inside the box. So 4 cameras are facing the drone from all sides, and 1 camera is facing the landing pad. The drone can be visually inspected before and after each mission. Remember, safety first. We've invented a simple but very robust drone alignment system. It is certainly 100% reliable and works every time. The drone can land with a play of about 40 centimeters to each side. Also, we've utilized the whole area for the landing pad, meaning the box itself is about 80 centimeters by 80 centimeters, and the landing pad is the same size. This ensures that the drone is capable of landing on the pad every time, even in very strong winds. This is very important because the system would not make sense if only partially reliable. Finally, I would like to demonstrate a couple of real-world applications that we used our system for during the last 6 months. But before that, let's check the last poll results.
I've just dropped in the poll for the various applications Dbox can be used for Linus.
Okay, yeah, maybe we can wait a minute or two to check what the audience thinks. So I'm very interested what the audience would use the boxes for, whether it's a 3D mapping, 2D mapping, whether a live video feed is very important, whether they do routine inspections and analyze the high resolution videos afterwards, and whether they do any AI data processing on either the pictures or the videos.
Wait a little longer, Linus, so that we have all the poll results.
I guess we can go to the next slide and we'll check the poll results afterwards. Sure. So we have integrated the system with first responders. to be more specific, firefighters and police. So whenever there is a fire in the city, the drone is there first, providing vital information from thermal camera. Firefighters now know exactly where to spray, saving lives and money. We also provide live video feed to police. For small car accidents that cause large traffic jams, police use drones to collect evidence and allow cars to move more quickly. By the way, these pictures were taken using our drone-in-a-box solution in the real-world situation. We actually caught, this fire and helped firefighters to quickly extinguish the fire. Maybe we can check the poll results right now.
Yes, Linus. So 10% of the audience thinks that it's ideal for 3D mapping scenarios, another 10% with 2D mapping, 30% for live video feed, so basically fast reaction times for first drone responder situations, and the other majority goes with routine inspection. So about 27% think that it can be used to analyze high resolution videos and post data processing.
Great.
About 10% with
Great.
AI data processing from images and videos as well.
So it's distributed quite evenly. So we can see that these solutions can be applied to a wide range of applications. By the way, I'm just showing the ones that we tried with our hands using the last 6 months. So there are many of other applications. For example, talking about traffic, Vilnius municipality uses video feed to analyze traffic. They can count the amount of vehicles crossing the junction per hour. They can classify vehicles by type, speed, acceleration, and other. For example, this particular video was taken by the drone-in-a-box solution, and they analyzed the noise pollution. And they modeled the noise pollution and did the mapping of noise. Final, third application that we did, we're using the system to measure stockpiles. And according to our findings, the volumetric measurement accuracy is down to 1%. We also periodically capture the terrain of the dunes in the Curonian Split, which is in the World UNESCO Heritage List. It's very important to monitor natural movement of the sand dunes in order to take early actions. Also, during the hot summer days, we find heat spots and help prevent wildfires. I'm very curious of what kind of applications do people use, but I think that the possibilities are endless. So what would you use it for? If you're interested to know even more, feel free to contact me via email or meet me at the booth, or just drop me a private message in the chat with your email and I'll contact you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Linus, for sharing your insights and telling everyone how the drone box works. So this indeed helps everyone expand their knowledge about the potential and scope of the docking station like Dbox, and how the Dbox unlocks the true potential of autonomy. That being said, I'd like to open the house for a Q&A session. The audience, you can type in your questions in the Q&A tab, and Linus will make sure that he responds to them. Okay, Linus. So one of the first questions that we have is, okay, we understood the technical specifications of the docking station and how it can be deployed for various use cases. Can you help the audience understand how much will a Dbox system cost? So can you discuss the commercials? Yeah.
Okay, so it starts at 19,999, but we also do have some other options to lease or to rent the boxes to help people go to market easily. By the way, 19,999 also includes 1 year of Fleet Now subscription.
All right, great. The second question is, what do you think about using the Dbox with other drones? So drones with larger payloads custom designs? Can they be incorporated with the Dbox?
For now, the Dbox M2 model is, as I have mentioned, is only used for Mavic 2 series, but we're looking forward to include an AFI AI, Mavic Air 2S, and Mavic 3 model, subject to DJI releasing the SDK.
All right. So it's good to know that it's in the works and that your drone docking station will be truly, drone agnostic. Moving on to the next question. So uh, a drone station like this needs to be connected, to the software 24/7. So you would need internet connectivity for this. So how are you providing internet connectivity on the Dbox?
Okay, so there are two options to provide internet connectivity. You can either use 2 SIM card slots. You can use only one, but for better reliability, we suggest to use dual SIM cards that route the internet connection with bonding. Okay, so you can send the throughput. The throughput is doubled using the bonding. The other option is a LAN cable. If you have a cable connection, you can just plug it in and it works.
So we have one more interesting question. So it's about the journey you've had in building the drone box. So what was your journey like? What was the hardest part? Can you elaborate a little more on that and share your story?
I guess the hardest part is the precision landing and making the whole box reliable. Building a box is simple, but making it very reliable is hard. So we had a lot of motor failures. We've chosen the right motor, the right manufacturer of the motors. Sometimes the stepper motors were failing. We had to choose a different materials. We found the perfect recipe, and again, as I've said, we're running it for thousands of battery swaps without any hiccups.
So one more question, I think. The audience would like to understand more about the production capacity of DroneTeam with respect to the Dbox. So can you help us understand that?
Yeah, so the current lead time is about 2 months. We manufacture after the order, but again, please feel free to contact us. We have a couple of spare boxes that we can give our customers to try, or while they're waiting for their box to be produced. We're actually at the moment we're facelifting a little bit, the box a little bit. We're changing the materials a little bit, and it's gonna come in a couple of months. I see there's a question from the audience about the temperature.
Yes. So can you help us understand what are the operating temperatures of the box? Can it be deployed in rugged weather conditions?
Yeah. So here in Lithuania, we have very, very cold winters. It drops down to minus 30 degrees centigrade. So it can easily cope with minus 15 centigrade. In the summer, it goes up to 35, 40, and on the rooftop, it goes even up to 50 degrees centigrade. So we have both cooling and heating systems installed in the box. There's also quite a heavy insulation on the box, which also helps to control the temperature.
Good to know that the box has been tried and tested in rugged weather conditions. Okay, I'll move on to the last question. So the drone box uses the battery swapping technology. There are a lot of docking stations that use the charging mechanism as well. So can you help us understand what is the key differentiator here, and why did you, as the Dbox manufacturer, go ahead with a battery swapping mechanism as compared to the charging mechanism?
Okay, so there are two main reasons why we chose battery swapping type. The first reason to be that we didn't want to change anything inside the drone. We didn't want to void the warranty. And if you want to charge the drone, you have to add some sort of contacts, for power, like put some wires with pogo pins or something like that. And we just didn't want to do that. We wanted to make the drone, make the DJI Mavic 2 fly as it can do really well. So this is one reason. And the other reason is we wanted 24/7 flights. Okay, so our battery swapping time is under 60 seconds. Add another minute for landing and takeoff, and you have 2 minutes round turnaround time. So which is amazing. You can also combine it with another box to have a constant eye in the sky. This is also used here in Lithuania.
All right. Thanks, Linus, for sharing that. So again, with that, I'd like to close the Q&A session. Thank you so much, Linus, for coming out here and sharing your perspective, of sharing the story about the Dbox. This definitely helps us understand and see the path forward to adoption of drone-in-a-box solutions, as you said, for enabling repeatable and autonomous operations. Would you like to share any closing thoughts before we wrap up this session?
Yeah, thank you very much for all of your attention. I would welcome everyone to drop us a line and book a demo session. We're really would be really happy to show you how it works in real world environment.
All right. Thank you all for joining us today. If you have more questions, as Linus said, you can go to the DRONETEAM booth and connect with them if you have any more queries related to the box, or if you want to book a demo. We also have 3 sessions coming up in the next 5 minutes. So please visit the reception or the other sessions tab to learn more about the upcoming sessions. Thank you again. Thanks for being a part of this session. Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Linus.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.